New Economic Systems. Tetsuro, Higuchi. How about blockchain? What is blockchain? It is one of the distributed ledger database. Blockchain has many merits. Each task is working in all machines. High redundancy, difficulty tampering, no central banks. How blockchain work? There are some transactions as block per unit. Machines connect the block with before block. When a block connects to a chain, calculate a value called a hash value. Whether or not it is transaction data, that does not matter even if it is connected. This calculation is extremely costly because the condition of the hash value is served. Also, because the content of a block depends on the hash value of the preview block. If this hash value is incorrect, approval will not be rejected by a majority decision. So, if you tamper with it, the hash value will not fit. So, it will not get approval. Computational cost is wasted. On the other hand, rewards are given to those that generated a normal hash value, distributing it while preventing tampering with this mechanism. What is wonderful? It is Byzantine general problem, which was said to be almost impossible until now, but it is avoiding it by this solution. Byzantine general problem is a dilemma problem in distributed processing. For example, if incorrect data is sent at all, lack of consistency causes a measure of stance to distributed processing. Blockchain were created by a representative building a correct block and rewarded when approved. So this mechanism would make it more profitable to make a larger number of correct blocks than to make illegal blocks. Blockchains tend to be caught in virtual currency such as bitcoins, but in fact, the technology itself can be applied to anything. For example, you can apply anything as long as it is inexpensive to use data that is often readable and writable, such as stock trading, points cards, etc. that are troublesome if tampered with. Then, this is future. It is. It's real currency without central bank. The blockchain system operates autonomously without being held by central management. By replacing this with each bank, the central bank becomes unnecessary in principle. In fact, I think that it will be necessary even after replacing the central bank with a blockchain. Since the development group of that coin also decides the policy of the virtual currency, it is reasonable that the central bank is set up as the position. Already, some Japanese banks alliance establish an infrastructure system that can limit money with a cheaper commission apart from the Bank of the Japan system, and start operation this year. Shows a new financial system using blockchain has already begun to move. From the system where a human host computer is placed in the bank, maintenance cost and introduction cost were also required. The operation efficiency of the bank will be overwhelmingly high in the blockchain type financial system that operates autonomously without maintenance. Also, the evolution of the virtual currency will not stop. The Bitcoin mentioned above has also been brought in as number of new currencies. With the introduction and consideration of the new technologies repeated, there are also original currencies that have introduced methods other than Bitcoins in the first place. In addition, the structure of the blockchain varies depending on the currency, and the usefulness is verified through transaction respectively. For example, there are various consensus building systems that were key to resolving Byzantine general problem. Early work, it is proof of work. Using use transactions importance, it is proof of importance. If you use currency is banned and publish different currency, it is proof of ban. Search and use storage space, it is proof of space. The current Bitcoin has the problem that China's miner and Bitcoin server operator. It is almost in a monopoly state. Various blockchain improvement proposals have been proposed to solve this problem, and it will become even better from now on. By the way, do you have Bitcoin? I have some Bitcoin. Bitcoin and other virtual currency have history. In the first place, blockchains were developed, and Bitcoin was the first application of that technology. Thereafter, as mentioned above, as another improved version of Bitcoin, other developers made virtual currency balanced on the basis of the conflicting opinions of the development group of the Bitcoin, and new virtual currency was born. Currently, more than 1,000 kinds it is said that there is. I think that these virtual currencies themselves have a future. In Japan, the virtual currency was revised in 2017, which stipulated the handling of virtual currency, and the virtual currency law was born accordingly. This amendment is a rare law revision worldwide. The reason is not to shrink the transaction of the virtual currency, because it is new in that it treats it like the stock trading and the FX transaction in order to proceed proper transaction. It is unknown how the legal development will progress globally in the future. However, I am confident that Japan's advanced law will cause new innovation in Japan. The virtual currency transaction in Japan may be an example of the world. Then, I think that the virtual currency will be a currency that can be treated on a global basis like a gold piece that is clear and internationally recognized. Also in Japan, which is lagging internationally from the cashless society. Depending on the policy, there is a possibility of cashless progress at the stretch. Old but new technology, blockchain. It will become to change the financial system, which is managed by AI soon.